Hey everybody, welcome back to Just Add Liberty. I wanted to show you a couple of projects that I worked on today. A couple, 2-3 months ago, I had Jack Spirko on the podcast, and he talked about some grain shortages that are heading that way. So since we had that conversation, I have tried to be a lot more proactive as far as stockpiling feed and trying to find other ways to become more self-sufficient on the farm here, because it doesn't do you much good to have chickens if you got nothing to feed them. So I came up with this idea to plant I've got some wheat and millet that I had in my fridge that I'd ordered from Baker Creek like years ago, like 2011 or something like that. And I've had it in the fridge. It should still be good. So I thought, well, what if I did like a little food plot for my chickens? And so that's what I did. I took my old raised beds and I stacked them on top of each other, because what I want is for the grain to get tall enough to have a little bit better rooting, and then maybe big enough that the chickens can't just pull it all up in one fell swoop. So I stacked them too deep here, and then on top of it, as you can see, because you're not blind, I put this chain link panel that we had back behind the barn. And so that'll keep the chickens out, but as the grain grows taller, they can actually hop on top of the chain link and maybe pick some of the grain. And what I'm hoping is that, one, I'll have a supplemental food source, and then two, I hope that it will reseed itself so that I don't have to plant it every year. And I've got millet here, and then on this side I've got Egyptian wheat or shallot. So those are both supposed to be good cover crops, and I thought, what the heck, I've got the seed already. It doesn't cost me anything. I already had the mushroom compost, so I took some mushroom compost, put it on the bottom. I didn't put cardboard on the bottom of this because it's for the chickens. If weeds grow in it, they don't care. They're not that picky. So I put some mushroom compost on the bottom, and then on top I just put some Kellogg's, 2 cubic feet of Kellogg's organic raised bed mix. So I've got about 4 cubic feet maybe of soil in these boxes. And then I just took a little trench and I don't know how many, and then put the wheat and millet in there. And like I said, hopefully later this summer we'll have some food for the chickens. Now what I didn't consider, which was very stupid of me, is I put this stuff, I'm just now realizing this, I put this stuff right next to my fence. So the chickens are gonna be able to hop up on there and then hop out. But honestly, this fence is so low, if they want out, they can jump out. So if I've got smart chickens or lazy chickens, they'll get on there and then hop over, so they don't have to hop so far. But, it is what it is. So let me take you over here and show you something else we got going on. This is another one of our projects to help us have a little more self-sufficiency here on the farm. These are some fodder trees that I bought from rareplantstore.com. I have weeping willow, hybrid poplar, and what's the other one? Oh, shoot. I don't remember the other one. I'll put it in the video description because I've slept since I put those on there. But I've got 2 of each kind. So I have a little blue tag on those, yellow tag on those, and then those without a tag. I think those without the tag are the willow. Hybrid poplar and hybrid something else. Oh my gosh. Man, it stinks being old and not having a memory. But anyway, these are fodder trees, so we could actually take the leaves off of them and feed it as a fodder to, I don't know if you can feed it to chickens or not. It may be more for like goats and rabbits and cows, but if we ever get those things on the farm here, then at least we'll have some fodder trees to feed them. And probably, you see that big pine tree over there? Eventually we will probably remove that. I don't want to do it right now because it does give cover for the chickens from hawks and stuff like that. So what I'd like to do is plant a couple of these fodder trees inside the chicken yard, so that they, maybe like the willows, so that we can have good cover from aerial predators for the chickens, and then also have the fodder, the leaves that'll fall into the ground that the chickens can eat if they so desire. So that is project number 2. I potted these guys up. Man, I was sick when these came in, and so they sat on my counter for 2 or 3 weeks before I got to feel them better. And fortunately, it looks like most of them have made it. Maybe that one in the very back, it doesn't look all that great, but it does have some green on it. So I'm hoping and praying that those turn out. I also have some nut trees that we brought for us. Now, these don't look quite as good as the Fodder Trees, and I think I may have lost some of them. And again, I got colored zip ties on there so that I know which tree is which. If they don't make it, you know, it's just part of life. So one last project to show you. The only thing my son requested for our garden this year was sugarcane. He tried some at a friend's house last summer and just has been gaga over it ever since. So he's like a broken record. Sugarcane, sugarcane, sugarcane. I've never grown sugarcane. You know, when we were kids, we would go to like these places where they would cook it down and you could buy syrup and stuff like that. But I haven't been to one of those things in probably, not since I've been married, probably 35 years. So I went on, I just Googled sugarcane because I didn't know if it was a seed, but apparently they take like part of the stalk and cut it off and you use that. So I found somebody growing it on Etsy, and I got 4 little sugarcane nodes. So we've got 4 sugar canes in this box here. They're supposed to plant them about 18 inches apart, and the bed is 42 by 42. So she sent us one that she'd already sprouted, so I thought that was real sweet. And then the other 3 are buried in there. It was just a hunk of sugar cane about that long. And I'm guessing that you plant it with the node. There's like a little node on each of them. So I planted that with the node up, and we'll see if it comes up. If nothing else, maybe we'll have 1 sugar cane. I think in Florida, I think they might be perennial crops. But here in Texas, with our weather getting colder, we're in zone 8B. And I think the lady that had them was in zone 9 or 10, and so it probably gets too cold. We don't normally get down to 3 degrees during the winter, but we probably get too cold for the sugarcane to be perennial. But we're going to give it a shot, and this made my son exceedingly happy. So anytime I can make him happy and it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg, I'm all for it. That is it as far as the garden updates go, and I don't know, we may be back later this week to give you another tour. We had some rain over the weekend, and that just made everything huge. So I may come up and do another garden tour maybe later this week. You guys, if you're enjoying these videos, if you find them informational, if you find them instructive, if you find them entertaining, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. I would love to have my videos automatically upload over to Odyssey, but I can't do that until I have more subscribers. So if you would subscribe, I don't care if you watch, well, I do care if you watch the videos, but if you could just subscribe and then just ignore the videos, that'd be great, because I need more subscribers so that I can automatically upload to Odyssey. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.